Okay, good morning. Again, it's 4 o'clock in the morning and it is going to be a weekend marathon of buying. This is what I've been waiting for a very long time. Malvern tomorrow and Splott today. I am super excited. I've got boxes packed, ready, all empty, ready to be filled up. I've got lots and lots of money ready to spend and I am off before the birds are up. It's a lovely day. It's forecast a beautiful weekend and this is going to be momentous. I am going for some amazing stock this weekend. That is my hope anyway, and my plans. I was going to film the stock live again this week, but after seeing the quality of the live video, I don't know whether it was a YouTube glitch, my web provider glitch or what, but I thought I'd get back to my filming. So, Splott Market. Again, I'll get some photographs around the area. I'm off then over to Bessemer for the indoor units. Then I'm going to go Tremore for flea market, have a look around the auction. There's a whole host of things I'm going to do today, and then tomorrow there'll be another film all about Malvern and whatever I can find up in Malvern. But you're guaranteed it's going to be momentous. It's going to be one to remember. It's going to be a good weekend. And I am so excited. Oh, trust me, I'm excited. This is my excited face at 4 in the morning. So stick around and I'll splice in photographs and that from Splott and show you what I've bought. I might do it as a day going through, to be honest, for a change. So as I buy the stuff, I might show you it. I'll see you soon. Stick around. Okay, it's not even 5 o'clock in the morning and I've already spent £300. I know, what can I say? The boot sale is half empty and yeah, one of the dealers I know has just come up to me and pulled out something special and I've handed the money over. We got two pieces. I'm going to show you on both now while we're down here, and one of them is seriously good. Okay, so this is the first. We have an etching. Now, one of the ways we know it's an etching, you can see the impressed plate line where the plate has been pressed into the paper. But this image is really, really weird. So you've got a torso there and an arm going into the torso, holding the torso up, of a couple of nudes. Really, really strange. I can't tell you a lot about it other than the fact we think it's French and it's all signed up and it's dated 1975. Now I was after a bit of weird art. So it's dated there, 1975. And this is the artist. I'm not 100% who it is. We're going to have to do some research, but yeah, I was after a weird one. But that's not the big ticket money, the big ticket item. Okay, so this is the big ticket item. It doesn't look a lot, does it? It's very dark here. I'll show some photographs of it when the light comes in a bit better. It is modern abstract art. Now you can make out a tankard, but there, look. And I'll give you a clue. If I turn it over, it reads 2 jugs wrapped in cloth, April 2005. So, yeah. Yeah, doesn't it look weird? Now I've just paid £250 for this original oil painting. But let me show you why. Dan Llewellyn Hall. Now we've just googled him. He showed me all the information, and these paintings sell for high hundreds to thousands, and apparently he's the only, or the youngest person to have the Queen sit down for a portrait. He's a Welsh artist born in 1980, and they are asking thousands for his paintings. I'll give you a better look of it when the daylight comes. Okay, so I've just come up here and I've searched Dan Llewellyn Hall. So let's have a look at him. So, Dan Llewellyn Hall was born in Cardiff in 1980 and grew up in South Wales. He moved to London to study at the University of Westminster in 2003. After studying, he was awarded the Sunday Times Singer Freelander Young Artist of the Year for his painting Ship Hotel and Splash. It's a succession of group of solo exhibitions and established Dan as a painter working directly from the landscape. Okay. I'm not interested. Hang on. Increasingly, Dan became interested in portraiture, and after a commission to paint the Victoria Cross recipient Sir Tasker Watkins, he continued on the theme of veterans, focusing on the last survivors of the First World War. In 2009, the then last surviving veteran of the trenches, Harry Patch, sat for his portrait entitled The Lost Tommy, which was selected for the BP Portrait Award and exhibited in the National Portrait Gallery, where he used as the face of the marketing campaign throughout London. Following this, Henry Allingham, then the world's oldest man, aged 113, sat for his portrait, entitled The Last Volunteer. Recent portrait commissions include Her Majesty the Queen in 2013, when Dan became the youngest artist to portray the monarch, shortly followed by the Duke of Cambridge and other notable portraits. So he's a very important artist, Welsh artist. Let me save this, add a bookmark. Okay. So if I go back then, I want to do some shopping. How do we find prices? I'm going to screen share my phone to get some prices. Okay, so what can I say? He's a very, very important Welsh artist, and to be honest with you, he's only going to go up in value. People are asking 9, 10, 13,000 from what we saw there, and the research we done at the car boot sale this morning for his portraits and his more well-known pieces. We did see 1 or 2 abstract pieces there on paper, and that's selling for 500 and 800, or asking 5 and 800. Now, I'm going to be somewhere around 750, I think, on my website, maybe a bit more for this painting, and it can sit there until it sells. It's only ever going to go up in value. It's just an investment. So I'm over the moon with that. It is nice to go out and find something very rare and original. So, okay, I forgot to tell you, I paid £50 for the French engraving or etching. Now, I've been busy again. I bought a tub full of silver and rolled gold and 1 gold earring for £30. But there's 140 grams of silver without the rolled gold and the earring. So that's all right. I'm over the moon with that. I bought a collection of books. Now, a lot of you ain't going to think much of them. They're all about Garfield, but they're all by Jim Davis, who's quite an important illustrator. And these are all laid out as comics. So it's a nice little group. I don't know how many's in here, it's probably 20 or 30 books. And they're all in good condition. They're from the early 90s, 1990, 1991. And I paid £2 for the bundle. I think if somebody likes the illustrator or likes Garfield, you know, that might be a £20 or £30 job lot of books. And then, this next piece is going to make me the best daddy in the world. I've got a little 2-year-old at home that absolutely loves Cocomelon. We watch on YouTube, we watch on Netflix. And basically all they do is the old nursery rhymes. And the main character is JJ. Look at that! My little girl is going to absolutely love it, and she's going to love me for it. Oh. And as you can see, it's still quite dark. The light hasn't come up tidy yet, but I'm doing really well. Okay, it's not 6 o'clock, and I've just bought more things again. I've had myself a really nice Paperweight. It's a slab or an iceberg type construction, but this one is by Val St. Lambert, and it cost me £6. Very good name. Then I bought a load of erotic art. There's a stall I've turned up, and he is selling a lot of erotic art. So I have just spent £50 on 5 pictures. Hang on. Okay, so this is the first. So we have a nude. It's almost like a lithograph. It's got the signature, and you can see the impressed seal behind the signature. And if we come over here, she's limited edition, 280 of only 850 made. And it's a beautiful, elegant thing. Very tasteful. So we don't know who the artist is yet, but we'll look that one up. This next one I can't show you because it is literally dead in the right in the middle of actually, well, it's sexual acts. So I can't put that on the channel, unfortunately. This one's almost gothic in look to it. It's a signed print again. It is a print. Just love the image. Really nice. It's almost gothic image to the nude. Again, I don't know who it is. And then you have this old poster for Betty Page. Look at that there with the whip and the high heels. Well, what can I say to that one? I can't show you the one in the middle, I'm sorry. They are literally in full sex. Okay, so now the public are in, I'm starting to get a bit overrun and struggling to keep up with stuff. I've just had a haul here. I'm going to give you a quick look at it now. Take a look at this. So okay, everything here just cost me 50p an item. So we got Carltonway, Clariscliff, Carltonway. Toast rack is Carltonway. It's not the type of stuff I normally buy, but it is shop filler. And then you have that Art Deco looking ice bucket. It's a studio pottery and hand painted. It is signed on the base. It's quite a nice thing actually. Reminded me of Clariscliff when I saw it. Biltong pottery, made in England, hand painted and artist signed. So a nice little ice bucket there. This is all shop filler, and I bought this for 50p as well, and I'm going to give this to a friend. It's a silk scarf covered in koala bears. So that's going for a friend. Then we come out here and I had how's that for a sign? And there's 3 of them in there, variety of colours. I give a tenner for the 3. And then we come over to these American swept advertising erotic pictures. I give a £5 for the 3. Okay, I've just bought this bag now and I've paid £40 for the entire thing. So, we got some silver jewellery, so necklaces, rings, so forth. Half a silver belt buckle, nurse's buckle rather. What looks to be a silver brooch, and a load of silver coinage. Most of that's going to be scrapped. That's a nice one, 1840. I may have slightly overpaid for this one in my opinion, but we'll see when I do some research at home. In fact, let's have a look. Just out of curiosity. Right then, so. Any more silver there? That's silver. Okay, so let's have a look here. We're alright. 111 grams. I've paid less than the scrap rate, so we're alright, and I got a few others. So I don't mind that, that's fine. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be then. Most of the silver's saleable, most of the coins unfortunately are not. Okay, I'm still in Splott Market and I've just picked these up now. So we have here a motto ware or Torquay ware with a motto, "Enough is as good as a feast," hand painted. That's a real nice little comport or taza. That was £1. It's in beautiful condition. Really nice thing. Then we had this, which is an Italian sports car steering wheel. And on the back, stamp made in Italy. I don't know what sports car is off, but I just paid a £5 for that steering wheel. Hopefully I can figure it out and then someone will want it back. These have just paid £4 each because I've obviously got a customer that buys all this stuff. So you got Edward VIII and I think this is Philip. Prince Philip's wedding, 1947. Anyway, my favourite buy is this. 1960s cowboy outfit. Look at that image. This just cost me a tenner for the full outfit. These are just beautiful or what? Okay, it's 9 o'clock in the morning. Shows you how long I've been here in Splott. I have filled the car. It's packed all the way through. I ran out of time to keep filming stuff as I was going. The public all started piling in fast. And I bought a lot of things, some absolutely stunning pieces. So when I get back to the shop now, I'm going to film what's left of what I've bought today, so I can put it aside because I got to move in tomorrow. I've spent a lot more money than I thought I would down here today, and I've yet to get to Tremorfa Industrial Estate, look at the auction, and possibly over to Bessemer. So I've still got a long way to go yet today on my day's buy-in. To be honest with you, the only way I can say it is if I described my stock as food, I would be having a major feast about now, because it is absolutely unbelievable everything I've bought. And I'll show you what's left of the Splott buys when I get back to the shop. We'll see what else I can find while I'm out. See you soon. Okay, I've just got to Tremorfa now, the flea market and the auction. Now, I'm going to try and get a little bit of video footage, or certainly some photographs around Tremorfa to give you an idea of what it is I'm looking around, see just how hard it is and how cluttered. You really can't see the wood for the trees. It is that dark and cluttered and full in here, but it's absolutely a treasure trove. It is literally, you know, it's Aladdin's cave. You just got to find that treasure. And then when I get into the auction, if I see any lots I'm interested in, I'm going to just snap a quick photograph of them and leave them in here for you, and you get to see the lots I'm interested in too. So you'll see some possibly some video footage now without talking, because I don't want to alert people I'm filming in there, and then some photographs. Okay, I've bought a bit more architectural, which is going to end up being kept for my garden. Look at the size on that. And that's a beautiful wheel. So you can see the thickness there. It's got all right in around the centre there. It's a really nice antique iron wheel. Now, I paid a bit of money for this. I paid £50. It's certainly 4 foot diameter, weighs a ton, and it's going in my garden. Okay, so I'm back at my shop now. As you can see, I haven't actually opened it up to the public. I'm going to show you what I've actually finished off buying, and I've had some beautiful things again. So hopefully you'll enjoy taking a look at these. I don't know whether to just scan over them or put the phone on a stand and give you a proper look. Here we go. So we had this big slab of, I would think, amethyst. It's a crystal geode anyway, and it's a big slice of one. And that cost me £2. A whole £2 this morning. Had a typical Chinese brass banded with a little bit of carved jade in the top jewellery box. That cost me £1. I had two of these. These are Canadian Inuit, so like Eskimo people. Stamped on the base. Handmade in Canada. Sculptures. So they carved out of something, probably a stone or something like that. And you've got the Eskimo there holding a small bear with another bear. That was £2. And this one, same again. Look at that. You got the big black bear eating what I can only assume is a trout or some sort of fish. Good size to them. Again, £2. So really cheap little buys at the moment. We move on to this. This is absolutely beautiful. This is Collectables Rouge Royale. It's a temple jar with a dog of foam on the top. So if I give you a little look at it, and then I'll take it apart to show you. Now, if you went back a few years, this would have been hundreds and hundreds of pounds. What's nice about this one is they've got cork and they've taped up the rim so it doesn't get chipped. And then you have this beautiful body. Look at the luster finish on the inside of that. There's the had quite a bit of Collectables today, to be honest with you, shockingly. So there's the Collectables mark for the Rouge Royale. You get a variety of this stuff, different colours and things, but this is a large temple jar. And at that money, it really is for nothing. I bought a Henry VIII. You can see the state on this now. If they call it farm fresh, that's what they would call this one. Look at the state of that. Real wash clean. It's pottery, ceramic, so it'll clean up. It's Henry VIII. He's by Sadler, James Sadler. So we've got a nice collectible teapot in good condition. That was £3. I got a pair of sterling silver bangles here. Cost me £5. This top one is quite heavy. Magna Power. It's got magnets at the back, obviously to help with arthritis. However, it is fully hallmarked in the centre there. So that's a good weight. And then that's just a 925 bangle. It's going to end up melted. But they were £5 for the pair. Here we have a signed Lucite paperweight. Now I've told you about these, Harvard Grange and things like that are pulling good money. Well, this one is signed by the Da Costa, is it? Da Costa. So I'll have to look that up. By the way, we've got a nice little Lucite paperweight. Again, was only £1. The cut, I cut myself getting the wheel out of the car just now. This I think is beautiful. We have a carved letter rack, but look at that copper and brass to the front. But this isn't normal like plywood or something like that. It looks a bit like walnut. It's a beautiful thing. It's got brass dividing bars. Tell you what it actually reminds me of is that 1970s teak. But either way, it's such a beautiful thing. It cost me £5. You know, I really like that. It wouldn't surprise me if I kept that one. That's gorgeous. I just love the copper and brass combination with the wood. That's a nice little thing for £5. I was over the moon. Now this is a beautiful little part set by Wedgwood. I bought it for the teapot. You can see the price they were asking. I paid a tenner for it. Let me take the lid off. I don't want to break it. Look at the shape of that. Such an earlier shape. Now it is fully stamped up. Wedgwood, hand painted, made in England. Now anything stamped made in England you know is after 1910. So we know it's a 20th century one, not a 19th century one, even though it's got that earlier shape. And I had the teapot in good condition. Very small jug, a larger jug, and 2 cups and saucers for a tenner. I think that teapot is probably £30 all day long on its own. Such a nice thing. Okay, so if we move along, I bought this brass panel. I would say Indian, looking at it. It's one of the gods, I'd guess. You've got a king cobra coming out of the top. Now, looks bronze. And I paid a £5 for this. It's just an interesting little bit of Indian metalweight. Another £5 was this. So we have General Officers of the Great War. So that means you're talking the First World War. It was painted by John Sargent in 1922, who's a Royal Academy exhibitor. And then this is an engraving of the painting. So this is a print or an engraving, but you can see, if you look here, you can see that square where the plate was pressed in. I'm going to get this framed up. It cost me a £5. I think that's a nice bit of military memorabilia. And I'll get a nice cheap frame put around that, get it looking something. This, I think, is off. It's either industrial off a machine, but I'm thinking it might be off a train. It's real heavy gauge, copper. You can see where it connects there. It's got a maker's mark in the centre there. Batchams and Sons or something like that of London. I'm going to do a bit of research on it. It cost me a tenner. Now, if I can narrow that down to a train or something along them lines or something important, then that could be decent money. Moving on, we have this onion pattern meat tray. Now that's a large platter, it's not a dinner plate by any means. Onion pattern, no. Reminds me of the onion pattern. When I looked at this, I instantly thought of Meissen or something along them lines with the onion pattern, but it's not the onion pattern. I'm not 100% what the pattern is. So we come down here. The pattern is Delft. So there you go. It's England. I can't read the maker's mark there. However, you see that triangle there, or diamond? That is the Victorian lozenge mark. So it's mid-19th century. And I can tell you the exact day, month and year this was made once I get my books out. But it cost me a tenner, and the lozenge mark makes that much better than the normal. Okay, being Welsh, I thought a nice classic Welsh lady doorstop. Heavy brass. She is quite heavy. A few kilos, I would say. There you go. Turn around. She was a tenner, and I rate her, and I thought that's a nice little thing. Not open. People are trying to get in the shop, sorry. Okay, so moving along, we got a Cadbury's sign made into coat hooks. So I don't know whether this came out of maybe the factory or something along them lines. I don't know, but it's different. It's interesting. Now I paid £25 for it. I just thought it'd make a nice coat hook for someone in the house. It's a bit different. It's going in the shop here and we'll see. Let's see if we get anywhere with it. There we have a pair of burnt off candlesticks, and they are a stamped pair of burnt offs. So there you go, there's the mark. Now these are absolutely spectacular, however this one, the top has been off. Now I don't normally buy damaged or restored, period. The other one's in very good condition. However, I don't think I've ever seen a pair of burnt off candlesticks. So I think they are good enough for someone to restore. I paid £15 for them, and in perfect condition you're at £100, £150 for them. It's what I can get for them now, damaged for restoration. I still think they're as rare as hen's teeth. This one here is unmarked, but it has a real look and feel of Denby pottery to me. So somebody maybe with a bit of Denby influence or something, a bit of studio pottery maybe. I don't know, but it's a really nice big pot, decorative, hand painted, hand thrown, but no signature. But a nice thing. I paid a tenner for it. I just thought it was so decorative, you know. It's just a nice decorative pot. This one here is another piece of Carlton weight, and I have had quite a bit of Carlton weight today. So you have a black cat. Now it doesn't get much kitscher than this. Let me take this lid off. Put the lid down so I can hold the teapot. Look at that cat. And green eyes. The spout there's his mouth. Tail coming around the side. It's a nice thing. It's by Carlton weight again. The only downside with this one, if I come here, there's a tiny chip there on the underside of the lid. Now again, as I've said, I don't normally buy anything with damage. I don't like it. But I thought that was so cute, so kitsch, and that tiny chip is so well hidden. I thought it deserved saving, and it was a £5. This is my final purchase of the day. And then we're going to look at the painting again I bought this morning. So we've got an old Bush radio. Apparently he's in working order, and he charged me a £5 for it. Can't tell you much more than that. I haven't even tried it. Okay, I'm just going to splice these in because I forgot to add them in when I done the main film. We got a pair of golf clubs. Now these are cocktail stirrers. And if I come down here, you should be able to see Fregat made in Denmark. Now they're silver plate, not silver unfortunately, but they cost me £15 each, or £30 a pair, and I think these will do really, really well. Nice unusual item. I don't know what you think of the day. I think it's been a fabulous day. I'm over the moon with everything I bought. I didn't buy anything I didn't like. I've had a couple of shop fillers, and I've had a lot of stuff for the website. So I'm really, really pleased with that. And what's more, I got Malvern in the morning. Once I do Malvern, I may not go out next weekend for no other reason. And I got so much stock. I got to photograph it all, list it all, film it all, pack it all by, store it, everything, as well as my day-to-day running of the business. So I don't know if I'm going to get time to go out next week, but if I can, I will. But all in all, that's the end of today's video. I don't know what you think of the stock. Leave a comment if there's anything you like or whatever you think. I'll see you soon. Bye for now.